Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ruiz, and today I bring you another Regulation G team with Palkia Origin Form as the main legendary for this team. Palkia is going to be with us in today's video with some interesting battles and a very interesting set. As you can see on screen, we have an Origin Form Palkia with Terra Dragon, Spacial Rend, Hydro Pump, Trick Room, Protect, Lustrous Globe. This Palkia set is fire, even though it's a water type. Is absolutely fire because I'm going to be pairing this with a Whimsicott that is going to activate Palkia's critical hit radio. That in combination with Spacial Rend, its signature move that has a high crit radio, it's going to be guaranteed crit, but not with the traditional Dragon Cheer combo that I've seen around. No, this is a more classic, more Ravdude style core because I've already used this in the past with the Lugia team in Sword and Shield, but this time is going to be with Palkia. So stay here to see the battles, and if you like my content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It helps me a ton. Let's talk about Palkia first. Palkia, similar to Dialga, is a legendary that is a Dragon type. This one is Dragon and Water. But the Origin Form Palkia gets 20 more speed stat points in comparison to the regular form. So for Dialga, it was 20 more into the special defense. They took that from the attack stat and put it into special defense. With Palkia, it's something similar. They took that from attack, but this time they put it into speed. So Palkia becomes faster in this form, but with the restriction similar to Dialga that you cannot hold any other item. You need to hold your Lustrous Globe in Palkia's case to get access to this form. The ability is the same, the typing is the same, but the stats do change a little bit. As I said, the speed becomes bigger, and that's great because in this format, the jump between 100 and 120 is actually really important because you can outspeed now the base 100 Pokemon, base 101 like Landers. You can outspeed the Ogre point forms. You can outspeed Zamazenta. You can even outspeed Miraidon Modest if you go max speed with this Palkia, which I think is really cool for this Pokemon. Let's take a look at the stats. Palkia is a Pokemon that has base 90 HP, 120 base attack in the regular form, 100 base attack on the Origin form, 100 defense, 150 special attack, 120 special defense, 120 speed, as I said, compared to 100 base speed that the regular Palkia form has. This Palkia is actually really strong. 150 base special attack is no joke, and with 120 base speed, you can actually utilize that more proactively compared to Dialga that is obviously way slower. And with the Lustrous Globe, you get now 20% stronger on your Special Rend and Hydro Pump, or just any Dragon and Water type attack. In this case, for this set in particular, I decided to go with this too. Spacial Rend is Palkia's signature move, 100 base power Dragon type move that has a high critical hit radio. 5% chance of missing, unfortunately. I would like this to be 100 accurate, but Game Freak just has some sort of love with 95 accurate moves for some reason. And Palkia is an actually interesting Dragon type because of the water typing as well. Unfortunately, the water moves it gets access to are not great. It doesn't get Scald. A lot of Pokemon don't get Scald anymore, and Palkia never got Scald. And Hydro Pump is very powerful, 110 base power, but it's only 80 accuracy, so it's not ideal to click when you really need to hit your moves, especially in a format where like we have all these other legendaries like both Calyrex's, Miraidon. They have 100% accurate moves, and they decided that that's not the case with the Dragon types. They used to make restricted legendaries differently back in the day, I guess, but at least with this new form, we do have some interesting niche here for Palkia. As I said, faster and very powerful. Now, this Palkia, as you can see, also has Trick Room. And Palkia, especially in this form, is not a slow Pokemon by any means, but Trick Room is a very important move in this game because sometimes opponents are going to try to be faster than you, outspeeding you with Tailwind or just booster speed Pokemon or just naturally faster Pokemon, and then you can use a Trick Room. Even when you have Tailwind, maybe the last turn of Tailwind, you can set up Trick Room so that way you can keep the speed on your side. So it's an interesting move also to reverse Trick Room from hard Trick Room teams that are trying to set up Trick Room on you. So I felt, even though I was initially thinking about a coverage move there like Flamethrower, like Earth Power, or something else like a Thunderbolt for example, but I feel Trick Room overall is more consistent in a best of one environment, especially because sometimes that is your win condition, just reversing the Trick Room or setting the Trick Room up in front of teams that are just naturally faster than you or they are going for Tailwind. And the idea of this Palkia is that unfortunately it cannot be max speed. I would love to use that 120 base speed, but it's not possible to go max into that stat because you would be faster than your Whimsicott if you do so, and you don't want to be faster than your own Whimsicott for the combination that I'm going to talk about in a moment. So this Palkia has 1 point less than Whimsicott in terms of speed, 183 speed stat, and everything else was just put into the HP for some overall bulk. Now we have Chi-Yu. Palkia is a strong Pokemon. 100 base power Spacial Rend that in combination with the Lucer's Glove becomes 120 base power Spacial Rend. That's a lot of damage. Terra Dragon. Why Terra Dragon and not a defensive Terra, for example, like Steel or Fairy? Because I want this Palkia to be a one-hit KO machine. And you need the extra damage from the Terra Dragon in order to get into that level of damage output. And I can combine that with Chi-Yu, even if I don't make Palkia guaranteed crit with Spacial Rend, just the Terra Dragon Spacial Rend in combination with Chi-Yu's Beat Ruin is going to do a lot of damage. So Chi-Yu, great partner for Palkia, you know, fire and water type. They cover each other's weaknesses really well. Chi-Yu has a Choice Scarf set with Heat Wave, Terra Blast, Snarl, and Overheat. Terra Ground. It's extremely important to be Terra Ground, unlike the classic Terra goes to you, because this team can struggle against Miraidon, so we need the Terra Blast Ground into Miraidon. It is a one-hit KO into standard Notebook Miraidon with Terra Blast Terra Ground, so that's extremely important to pressure that Pokemon. You are faster with the Choice Scarf. If they try to set up their own Tailwind with their Whimsicott, we also have Tailwind with our Whimsicott, so we can match that. So Chi-Yu always outspeeds Miraidon, unless of course you face a Choice Scarf Miraidon, which is not very common at all, but eventually can happen. I decided to go with Snarl instead of Dark Pulse because there are a lot of Pokemon that can set up, like Shadow Rider, like Terrapagos, like even Kyogre to some extent, even though Chi-Yu is something you usually don't want to bring against Kyogre, but you can, because Snarl can bypass their redirection support. So if you face a Terrapagos with Follow Me support, okay, that's fine, you can just click Snarl. If you face a Shadow Rider with Follow Me support, it would redirect your Dark Pulse, for example, if you had it. Well, Snarl can avoid that, so it's extremely useful, and I would probably just recommend that more in this set, so that's why I have it here on the team. Then we have a Cornerstone, Ogerpon, pretty standard, Ivy Cudgel, Power Whip, Follow Me, and Spiky Shield is a moveset, obviously with Sturdy, Terra Rock. And the main difference with this Ogerpon is that I decided to put some bulk on it. The idea of the bulk, even though it's sturdy, is because I wanted to survive Surge and Strikes from Mystic Water Urshifu most of the times, and also because there were some cases where like I wanted Ogerpon to Terrasilize, so I can activate Ogerpon's critical hit chance to level 3 with the combination of the Lansat Berry Whimsicott that I'm going to talk in a moment, and Ivy Cudgel being just a level 1 crit move. And in that case, I didn't want to go down to a Astral Barrage from Life or Shadow Rider, so given some bulk in that case, because if you Terra, you lose the Sturdy, would allow you to have a super high chance, it's almost guaranteed you survive Life or Astral Barrage from Max Special Attack Shadow Rider, and you can KO with a guaranteed crit Ivy Cudgel Terra Rock. And then we have Whimsicott. Whimsicott is a really important piece in this team because it provides Tailwind. Given that Palkia is fast, way faster than Dialga, I wanted to go with the Tailwind route as the main speed control option in this team. And Whimsicott is obviously a Prankster Tailwind setter. We have Moonblast, Tailwind, Flank, and Encore. The idea of Flank is that you combine this Whimsicott with the Lansat Berry. And the Lansat Berry is a pinch berry. It activates usually at 25% health or below. That increases the holder critical hit radio in 2 levels. So usually Whimsicott or any Pokemon that like has this berry, once they are 25% health or lower, they would get to +2 critical hit radio. So now their moves have 50% chance of critting if those moves don't have any like high crit chance already. But the thing is, when you flank a berry into a target, the target gets the effect immediately. It doesn't have to be at 25% health or below. No, when you flank a berry, that effect activates immediately, and that's the thing. We can flank this berry into Palkia, so Spacial Rend becomes 100% guaranteed crit on anything. That is amazing because it is a very interesting combination, and Palkia just with, you know, that high base special attack that it has in combination with the Lucer's Glove giving Spacial Rend 120 base power, and then the Terra Dragon guaranteed crit, you can KO a lot of Pokemon. You can KO Amoonguss, for example. You can KO Shadow Rider, for example, with that combination. Is really powerful. So I wanted to have that, and you can also flank the Lansat Berry into Ogerpon. then Ivy Cudgel would become 100% guaranteed crit after you do that. So that's the idea. The Whimsicott has Triggles just in case you need to, you know, be immune to Fake Out, because this Whimsicott does not have Cover Cloak. In case you need that, the Anchor is really important, because in this format, especially in Best of 1, you can punish some like weird plays from the opponent, or just create some win conditions by anchoring into moves that you can play around more in your favor. And it's a max speed Whimsicott. You need to be max speed, and then everything else is put into bulk to have some bulk. No special attack whatsoever. And then we have two physical Pokemon, Iron Hands and Scizor. Iron Hands, standard assault as Iron Hands with Drain Punch, Wild Charge, Heavy Slam, Fake Out. Heavy Slam is important because Palkia is weak to fairies like Fluttermane, for example, or like Terra Fairy Pokemon. You can hit them with Heavy Slam. Iron Hands has mean speed, 0 IVs in speed, hindering nature, brave nature, because we want it to be slower than Calyrex Ice Rider, ideally almost always, or at least worst case scenario speed tie, because they have the same base speed. If the opposing Ice Rider is mean speed, well, that is a speed tie, worst case scenario, but that is for your Trick Room matchup. You want to be slower, so in Trick Room you can move before Calyrex and get those attacks off first. It's a very bulky Iron Hands, self-explanatory, just really consistent, tanky assault vest set. And then finally Scizor. In this last lot I was testing other steel types, I would say, and eventually I decided to land into Scizor. Why Scizor? Because the team can feel a little bit weird into Terra Fairy, Dazzling Gleam, Miraidon, and just fairy types in general. So I wanted something that can pressure them, and Scizor has a priority Bullet Punch that can pressure them. Not only that, it resists, obviously, Dazzling Gleam or any fairy move. And we have a Swords Dance, Bug Bite, Bullet Punch, Protect set, because with Clear Amulet, they cannot intimidate you or drop you attack. You have that guaranteed full power Bullet Punch almost always, and you can increase that even further with Swords Dance. And the idea is that you can pressure Miraidon with it if Miraidon tears into a fairy type. However, keep in mind Miraidon usually has Fairy Graph, so you cannot use Bullet Punch in front of a Miraidon that has Fairy Graph, of course. But the good news are that Scizor has Bug Bite, so Bug Bite is a 2-hit KO into the Electric Seed version of Fairy Graph, or if you already have a Swords Dance, it's a 1-hit KO, and Scizor is usually faster than Fairy Graph, so you can get rid of the Fairy Graph and then start pressuring the Miraidon with Bullet Punch. Of course, this is something you have to be very careful, because Miraidon can just immediately one-shot Scizor with Electro Drift, but that's the idea. Like, if Miraidon goes for Electro Drift, you have Chi-Yu, you have Iron Hands, or like even Ogre Punch. If Miraidon goes for Dazzling Gleam, then you resist Dazzling Gleam, and you can set up, because usually Miraidons are choice locked, and they would not 2-hit KO you with Dazzling Gleam. That's the idea. Terra Dragon, obviously, Scizor is weak to fire only, so with that, you resist fire, you resist water if you need, you resist grass, so you can have like even the resistance to electric moves if you want to be a more like consistent check to Miraidon, in case that is the end game you're playing for. So this is the team, guys. You have the rental code in the right side of your screen. Hope you enjoyed this team, hope you enjoyed the battles, and let's begin with the first opponent. And we found our first opponent. We're playing against Will. Will is using Zamazenta, Chimpao, Chi-Yu, Fluttermane, Ogre Point, Cornerstone, and Amoonguss. Okay, so it's a Zamazenta team, right? With the classic Chimpao, Fluttermane, Chi-Yu core. And then the Ogre Pond, Cornerstone, and Amoonguss for 2 grass types that also provide redirection. Okay, so against this team, we could try going Chi-Yu, right? Chi-Yu Ogre Pond, Chi-Yu Palkia, even Chi-Yu Scizor, honestly. Because Chi-Yu Scizor is good if they lead like Fluttermane. Do I go Palkia Chi-Yu with Scizor in the back? Or do I go just like Scizor? I'm gonna go Palkia in the back with Cornerstone, I think. Yeah, with Cornerstone. Like, we have, of course, to be careful with the Zamazenta, because Zamazenta can be a huge problem for Scizor. You're literally gonna touch it. But that's why we're leading with Chi-Yu, so we can force the Terra and then go with like our Palkia in the back. Actually, Palkia would have been amazing here. Would have been amazing. Okay, so I could go Heat Wave. Go Terra Blast Ground. I have a couple of options. If you Terra, could be in the back. You can also overheat. But I think I'm gonna Heat Wave and like Bullet Punch Chimpao. We see a Terra that should be on the Zamazenta. Let's see what kind of Terra you have. Sarah Dragon, as expected. Well, I have a Palkia in the back. Let's see. I imagine we're gonna see a Protect in the Chimpao. Yep. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna get the Heat Whip off, but it's obviously gonna be resisted now with the Zamazenta instead of Dragon, but that's fine because we forced the Terra. Body Press. I'm totally okay with that. I'm totally okay with that because now I bring my Palkia. I would have loved to get a Swords Dance off actually first. So now I'm going to protect Palkia and I'm going to click Swords Sense, I think. I should have gone for Swords Sense the previous turn, but it is what it is. Let's see. I'm protecting, scouting for his Protect. I think the Bullet Punch Heat Wave was too obvious on the previous game, in the previous turn, so I think I should have just Swords Sense, but let's see. Do we see a Protect here? No Protect. He really didn't Protect. He just went for Body Press into the Caesar. What are you doing?
Are you nuts?
Does he just doesn't know? I'll protect the Caesar now. He goes for Sucker Punch, okay. I don't really get what he was trying to do. Like, he literally just went into Terra Dragon and said like, oh, I have a Palkia in front of me. Yeah, KO me. I don't care. Like, bro, like maybe he doesn't know Palkia is faster than him. I guess that's the only explanation. Among Us. It's not great. Not great. You could go for Sucker Punch Spore. Yeah. Spore into Palkia, right? +4, but like, honestly, the Body Press into Caesar was just so bad for us. Okay. I'm still not out of the woods. If that thing has Rocky Helmet, like, there's not much I can do. Going for Rage Powder. I imagine Rage Powder, Ice Spinner. Sucker Punch. That play just doesn't make sense, bro. I could just follow me. Have to Ice Spinner, bro. He's just going for some like weird reads. Don't make much sense. Should I Terra here? I'm gonna go for the Terra, follow me. I think I should have gone for this in the previous turn, because that would have allowed me to be able to take way less damage because of the defense boost. But if this Amigos is Rocky Helmet, which honestly it should be, it's just game over. It's just game over. Rage Powder, okay. Sucker Punch, like bro. Please don't be Rocky Helmet. It is Rocky Helmet. All because of that body press, like I don't know. What's the last one? Flutter. Has to be Flutter. Has to be Flutter. It's Chi-Yu actually. Okay, hold on, hold on. This is winnable. This is actually winnable. I can go for Trick Room here. Imagine it's Choice Scarf, right? So went for a Snarl. That did so much damage. An Ice Spinner into my Ogre Pawn. Okay, okay. And that's confirmed to be Scarf. He really went for Ice Spinner, bro. You're 1 HP. I have a spiky shit. What are you doing, bro?
Is everything a joke to you?
Like, with all due respect, what are you doing in this game? Oh, okay. Of course. Of course. That is what bro was doing. Bro was just clicking buttons, and then things didn't go his way to just rage quit. Okay. GG. GG. We just went for a Trick Room, and that's a sweep. Palkia and Ogre managed to win. Like, he was just clicking Sucker Punch when I had follow me to avoid the Sucker Punch. And then he just went for Body Press in front of a Palkia and said like, okay, just, I don't care. Well, let's be honest. Maybe bro didn't know that Palkia gets faster and outspeeds Zamazenta. I would give him that. I would give him that. So GG to Will, our opponent. Let's go into the next one. And we continue with another battle. We're playing against the Standard Miraidon team. The Standard Miraidon archetype that won Worlds in 2024. Whimsicott, Miraidon, Urshifu, Ogrepon, Cornerstone, Firegraph, and Iron Hands. Like, honestly, during practice, I played against this team like at least 5 times. It's everywhere on the low ladder. And well, on the ladder in general. But I was practicing on the low ladder, that's why I said that. So, usually against this, my best lineup I think is Chi-Yu, Whimsicott, with Palkia and Scizor. It's not a good matchup. It's not. I would love to bring Iron Hands. Iron Hands on paper is good. Of course, you resist electric moves. You can Drain Punch. But you can Heavy Slam the Whimsicott. But the issue is that if the Miraidon is Tera Fairy, they just go for Tera Fairy, Dazzling Gleam, and then my entire team just is 2-hit KO by the Miraidon. So that's where the Scizor idea came into play. With Scizor, I do have a Fairy resistance, but not only that, I also have a way to pressure the Miraidon with Bullet Punch. Of course, I have to be careful with Fairy Graph, because Fairy Graph blocks the priority Bullet Punch. But the good thing is, like, Scizor has the option to obviously go for a Bug type move into Fairy Graph, which if I manage to get a Swords Dance off, or at least put the Fairy Graph in range, like the Electric Seed is gonna give it a +1 defense, but it's still more than 50%. Bug Bite does more than 50%. So let's see. Miraidon, Whimsicott, as expected, and our ability activates first. So if my opponent is paying attention to that part, he's gonna realize I'm Choice Scarf, which it's not that hard. Like, everyone knows that Chiyu likes to be Choice Scarf. But are you going to realize that I have Terra Blast? Maybe. Tailwind Terra Blast is my best play here. If the Miraidon is not a Assault Vest, which is usually not the case, it's just a Choice Specs Miraidon, it should go down to this almost always, unless it has like more bulk than usual. So let's see. I think they're just going to Tera Fairy, Dazzling Gleam here. I think. But let's see. No Tera Fairy. So, let's see. Maybe Light Screen? Light Screen, okay. They're gonna survive. That's for sure. With the Light Screen, they do survive, but at least, unless he goes for Draco, I should be fine. Ball switch into the Chiyu. Perfect. So now I just spam Terra Blast into that slot, like if there's no tomorrow, and go for Encore into your Whimsicott. If you switch out into Fairy Graph to block my Encore, fine, I get it. If you don't have Fairy Graph for some reason, then I'm gonna Encore you to Light Screen. You don't get Tailwind. And you're just giving up your Miraidon. Okay. Oh, wow. Never mind. Never mind. It is Mental Herb. But you're still giving up your Miraidon. It's just like you're not Anchored because you're Mental Herb. But if you're Mental Herb, are you really max speed? Are you really max speed? I was not expecting Mental Herb Whimsicott, that's for sure. That's a new one. But what's in the back? Iron Hands, Urshifu, Overpawn. What are you bringing, my friend? What's that? Urshifu. I'm gonna go for Palkia. And I'm gonna go for Encore again. I'm gonna try to Encore for a second time. I'm gonna try to Encore you for a second time. You already showed your Mental Herb, fine. I'm gonna try it for another time. Now the question is, do you go for Close Combat here or Surgeon Strikes? If you go for Surgeon Strikes, Palkia 4 times versus that. If you go for Close Combat, you might not KO. And I could double into the Urshifu technically with Moonblast and Terra Blast, so it's not particularly safe for them to go for Close Combat, because at the end of the day, yeah, you have Light Screen, but I am faster. Unless it's Choice Scarf Urshifu. Let's see if they switch out the Whimsicott. They are not switching out the Whimsicott, then go for a Terra. This is presumably into... oh. He really went for... Not only you have Mental Herb, you also have Terra Dark. What's wrong with you?
Are you serious?
Oh my. Wow. And get the special attack drop, of course. U-turn? Why do you have a U-turn? Well, I just honestly don't know what to say. This guy really has Mental Herb, Terra Dark, Whimsicott. Like, usually the idea of Terra Dark is to avoid Prankster, Anchor, Taunt. You have Mental Herb for that. Why do you have Terra Dark on top of that? Like, that's just... And Fartigraph, like... You... He really wants to block every single way of priority stuff possible. That's just hilarious to me. So I'm gonna go for Caesar here. And I'm definitely gonna go for Moonblast into you. Like, I don't know what to say, man. Like, this guy, you had a Fartigraph switch in turn 2 when the Miraidon was going down. You have Mental Herb, Terra Dark, and Fartigraph to block Prankster. Great. No, honestly, great. It's great. This guy is super well protected. Moonblast. Okay. We got a crit. And a special attack drop. They Psychic here. My Tailwind peter out. I'm gonna Sword Sense here. And I'm gonna Moonblast. Yeah. Moonblast into this. Special attack drop, but should be enough. Now, the problem is, if he doubled into my thing, I could have gone for Tailwind. But you're going for Trick Room, right? Tell me you are going for Trick Room. Yeah, that's why I didn't go for Tailwind. Okay, that's Bandit Urshifu then. Like, it's not Choice Scarf. You reveal U-turn. That's Bandit Urshifu. Unfortunately, we got special attack drop on the Whimsicott. I think I should win regardless. Because now +2 Buck Bite kills the Fartigraph. Brings the Urshifu, but I'm gonna switch the Whimsicott. I don't want to lose Whimsicott. And it's -1, so I want to reset the drop. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Buck Bite. We don't have Tailwind, right? Yeah, we don't. And I'm gonna bring the Chiyu. That's the power of Caesar, like, and I'm assuming the Urshifu is choice locked, and it was not faster than his own Whimsicott. So unless it's like that weird, like a weird choice scarf 1 point slower than Whimsicott type of set, you should be banded. And I don't think you're slower than Caesar. Like, you shouldn't be mean speed Urshifu in a team like this. So let's see. Psychic comes off into what was a Whimsicott, doing around 40%. And a special defense drop, but that shouldn't matter. We get rid of the Fartigraph with our Caesar, and the Urshifu is gonna KO the Caesar. With CC, yeah. With a crit, I don't know if that mattered. can bring the Palkia here. Or the Whimsicott. If I bring Palkia, I can try to reverse Trick Room. And attack with Chi-Yu. Or just attack with both. Like, I have 3 Pokemon. I can KO Urshifu in 1 hit. So I should just attack with anything, honestly. Unless he's Sash. But I don't think you have U-Turn Sash. Just Moonblast and like Terra Blast ground. Should be game over. Scumbat here. Yeah, that's Choice Bandit. Guaranteed. But you're -2 now, my friend. So my Terra Blast is going to be able to KO you at -2. GG to our opponent. What a game. What a game. Roller coaster of emotions. That Whimsicott set is nuts. Like, it's literally nuts. Bro had Mental Herb, Terra Dark, and Ferrygrip. That is some priority hate right there. So, congrats. I know. It feels maybe, you know, very different to have that covered in all the possible ways you can cover something like that, something like priority prankster against you. So, that definitely caught me off guard, but it was a great set. GG to our opponent. I'm glad we had the option to showcase Caesar in this game, so let's continue with another opponent. And we have another opponent. Oh no, we're playing against Dondozo Tatsugiri. No. But well, wait a second. Actually, we have a way to crit Dondozo always guaranteed, so we shouldn't worry about it. But the issue is there's a Grimmsnarl. So it's Dondozo and Screens. And Miraidon. And probably Terra Fairy Miraidon. So how are we dealing with it? I guess Caesar. Yeah, Caesar is not bad. Caesar is definitely not bad. There are 2 fairies, but... So I need to bring Whimsicott, I need to bring Palkia, and I want to bring Caesar. What's the best way to play here? Like Whimsicott Chi-Yu? Like if I lose Whimsicott, I cannot do the trick with the flank into Palkia. And I don't want to lead necessarily Palkia because there's a Grimmsnarl and a Fluttermane on this team, and Miraidon can just Terra Fairy. So it's kind of tough, honestly. It's a tough decision. I'm gonna, let's say, risk the Whimsicott turn 1, but I can always switch out into the Dondozo. Interesting. I was not expecting this. You cannot protect in front of me. So I can switch into this. Are you max speed, Dondozo? And I'm gonna Moonblast a Grimmsnarl. Okay. You cannot protect him to me, bro. What are you doing, man? Okay, so we get the Moonblast off, so now I'm gonna protect Encore. Like, there's no way I don't click Encore in front of you. There's just literally no way. There is no way. Please tell me you're not switching to Tatsugiri. Please. Are you some sort of like mental health Dondozo or something? Because if you are not, you're gonna get anchored into protect, and then you're gonna forfeit next turn, and I'm not gonna be able to showcase my trick. I don't want that. I want the content. Literally, like, please be mental health or something. Please? Can you please be mental health? No. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. This person just apparently doesn't know how Whimsical works. And he is just going to forfeit here, most likely. I'm gonna Hydro Pump because it's gonna protect if he doesn't forfeit. And I'm gonna Tailwind, but he's gonna forfeit. What can I do? Like, bro, like, what are you doing? Seriously, I wanted to showcase my trick. I wanted to showcase my trick. Terra Dragon, Palkia, max special attack, Lustrous Orb, guaranteed crit into Dozo is a one-hit KO. But bro said, I'm just going to click protect. GG. Let's go into the next one. And we have another opponent. We're playing against Shadow Rider Calyrex now. Tornadoes, Ogrepon, Heartflame, Urshifu, Shadow Rider Calyrex, Iron Bundle, which I haven't seen in a while, and Landers. A very hyper offensive team. Very hyper offensive. So, do we try to match their tailwinds? They have Shadow Rider, they have Bundle, just probably boost their energy, right? I think I might not want to go with Tailwind in this game. I'm gonna go with Cornerstone as the last one. It's a tricky decision, honestly. Like, I could see myself going Tailwind any day against this team, but the issue I see is that they have Bundle. On top of Tailwind, they have Bundle, and they also have Shadow Rider, which is obviously faster than my entire team, barring the Chiyu, but with the booster energy and Bundle, they can just Icy Wind me, or just Hydro Pump. And it's Shadow Rider up front. I cannot Trick Room turn 1. I have to Snarl Protect first. Yeah, I think I have to. And if they have a Taunt, they have Taunt. But like, I think it's my... Oh, they didn't. Terra. Their Sash. We create the Shadow Rider, which obviously doesn't matter. -1. The Tornadoes is Cover Cloak. And they just go for blind Bleakwind Storm, of course. They get the speed drop. Oh no. Like, Palkia is faster than this thing. I'm gonna Trick Room. There's no way this is happening. He missed. He double missed. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Like, without the speed drop, my play was just perfect. Okay. So now, who's coming? Lando? It is Lando. I'm gonna Snarl. Protect. Because the speed drop's now gonna benefit me. I'm slower than Lando. No, he sides Scary Face. Okay, that's a good play. And just click Blind Sandsear Storm. Okay. Just to click Blind Sandsear Storm, Blind Bleak Wind Storms. Okay. I'm gonna fake out here and just I'm actually just going to go for Hydro Pump here. And I'm gonna fake out Tornadoes. Even though Tornadoes is Cover Cloak. Just because I want to KO with Fake Out. Okay, he's Terastallizing. The Lander is into Poison. Okay. Fake out, get out of here. And let's see if I survive this Sandsear Storm. They obviously connect, and I don't survive. I don't survive. Okay. It's Bundle. So let's see, 2 turns of Trick Room. I'm gonna Heavy Slam here and protect. The bundle should protect here, but let's see if we get it correctly at least. Yep. He's just gonna keep clicking blind Sandsears. And of course it's gonna connect. So it's -2 speed. Just double it to the bundle, and unless he gets a double, we should be fine. Protected Lando. Let's see if he gets a double though. He gets the double, but like even then, like it's -2, so like even if you Icy Wind, I should still be faster because of your own Scary Face. You get the double, fine, but I don't think that's, well, maybe Free Strike KOs from that range. But like, if you Free Strike, you don't Icy Wind, you don't break my Sturdy, I should be fine. I think. Yeah, you isolate, bro. You're -1. You're -2. You literally went for a scary face into your own landers. How do you want to outspeed me? Yeah. So even if this doesn't KO, because Bundle can survive Drain Punch. It's a pretty tanky Pokemon on the physical defense. It depends on their spread, but even if this doesn't KO, like, the recovery is just gonna make it. Yeah, I mean, it was enough. GG to our opponent. That was a weird game, honestly. He led Shadow Rider Tornadoes into a Chi-Yu Palkia, and he never clicked Tailwind. Just spammed the blind Blade Wind Storms, and he got the speed drop on the Chi-Yu. The only moment he really needed the speed drop, because that would allow him to still be faster than my Chi-Yu the next turn, and not lose a Shadow Rider. But it is what it is. Pokemon is Pokemon. Sometimes he actually miss a double Bleak Wind the turn after, but it is what it is. So GG to our opponent. Let's go into the next one. And we have another opponent, Zamazenta with Ogerpon, Chimpao, Pelipper, Landers Incarnate, and Amoonguss. Okay, so it's not a great matchup. Chimpao Zamazenta is kind of difficult for this team, because Chimpao speeds Whimsicott and I cannot do the Lansat Berry thing. If they go Zamazenta Chimpao, they have Pelipper, which could be a problem. I can go with Chi-Yu. Yeah, that might be a Scarf Lander, so that might be a Scarf Lando. So I'm gonna go Scizor, and should I go Whimsicott? It's between Whimsicott and Ogerpon, I guess. I'm going Whimsicott. Like, the main thing here is like that Lander should be Choice Scarf. Like, based on the team composition, the Lander should be Choice Scarf, and the Tailwind can be useful to like potentially beat that in an end game. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get the flank Lansat Berry off, but we'll see. The Belly Wrestle makes things tricky. Lander or Sama? So these Landers should be Choice Scarf. Right. So we protect. Switch Chi-Yu into Whimsicott. And let's see, if the Landers moves before its own Sama, then it's obviously Scarf. I can also see the Zamazenta protecting here. We protect first because we're faster. Let's see if they protect. Yep. And then we're probably going to see a Sensor Stone. Oh, Landers protects. That's amazing, my friend. Because now I could Hydro Pump and Encore you. And if you switch, you lose your boost. He's switching out. Okay. I'm gonna Encore you, Zamazenta. That's Amoonguss. Okay. I'm glad I brought Whimsicott, because now this Zamazenta is in trouble. You are in trouble, my friend. Hydro Pump, we connect. Oh, pretty decent. 30% damage. And you know what, guys? It was not intentional. I didn't expect that I was going to be able to pull it off. But I have news for you, my friend. Spacial Rend and flank the Lansat Berry into Palkia. If this Amoonguss is Terra Fairy, I'm not getting anything, but it's Terrasilize, so it might be Terra Fairy. It is still water, so that's fine. I don't really get why you Terra Water there. Like, maybe you're expecting me to Flamethrower you. Zamazenta goes for Protect. We fling the Lansat Berry into Palkia, making the Spacial Rend now a guaranteed crit, and that poor Amoonguss is just gonna go down. Bye. Bye bye. No Terra Dragon needed. Terra Dragon would be overkill because he took the Hydro Bomb. If the Hydro Bomb would have missed, I would have needed to Terra Dragon. What's the last one? Chimpao? It's Cornerstone. So didn't bring Chimpao for some reason. Moonblast and Spacial Rend. Try to protect. It's fine. Moonblast. Break your sturdy. Spacial Rend crit. Because this Palkia, this form of Palkia is faster than Ogerpon because of the 120 base speed. Take that, Ogerpon. Take that, Zamazenta. This is the power of Whimsicott. I'm glad I picked it at very last second. It was very last second. I was between Ogerpon and Whimsicott, and turns out Whimsicott was the correct call. And his Anchor ended, right? Yeah, now I'm gonna Terra Dragon Spacial Rend. Is that enough to KO Landers? I think it should be. I don't want to risk the... I don't want to risk the Hydro Palm missing and just getting nothing out of it. I think it should be enough. Making a fast cog. Yeah, it should be enough. And we just Encore into the Zamazenta. Again, Pony might just forfeit. Yeah, the battle was cancelled. But Terra Dragon, Spacial Rend with the guaranteed crit into a no bulk Landers. Just for you guys to know. It's a... one sec, I have the wrong Terra here. Yeah, Terra Dragon against Landers in a critical hit. 165% to 195% apparently is what this calc is telling me. It's just ridiculous damage. Obviously that's assuming no bulk Landers, but yeah. GG Terra opponent. I'm super glad I brought Whimsicott, because Whimsicott just made me win that game with the Encore and with the fling into Palkia. We enabled the true power of this Palkia. GG Terra opponent. Let's go into the next one. And we have another opponent. Now we're playing against Kyogre. Kyogre, Whimsicott, Landers, Ogerpon, Cornerstone, Chimpao, and Urshifu. So interesting take on Kyogre. Cornerstone is not usually seen here, but it does offer like another Focus Sash type of Mon, because Chimpao has a Sash, Cornerstone has a Sash. Let's say it's 30. Maybe Scarf Urshifu, or maybe Urshifu has a Sash. I don't know. Whimsicott, Kyogre, typically you see Tornadoes there. Who is this Scarf? Like, is this Scarf Urshifu or Scarf Lando? You go for Trick Room, right? I'm gonna go Whimsicott Palkia up front, but I honestly am considering just going for Trick Room, depending on what they do. Like, the idea of leading Whimsicott is like also to make them think I'm gonna Tailwind, and maybe I do Tailwind, but maybe I can just Moonblast and like Trick Room. Let's see. Kyogre Lando. So Kyogre is not Scarf, at least. I can tell that. Maybe the land is Scarf. Okay, Hydro Pump, Terra. Sorry, Hydro Pump, Tailwind is like, that's too obvious. I'm gonna go for it. Switch Kyogre. Okay, into Whimsicott. And they don't do anything with the land. Okay, so if I don't miss this Hydro Pump, please, Palkia, please. Nice. Lander is gone. Like, bro, you're letting Landers in front of a Palkia and a Whimsicott. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I don't know. The overpredict tendency is here. But I won't complain. So now they can anchor me, right? It's taking the time to think. I don't know what he was expecting. But in Cornerstone's here. Okay. Like, technically, I can click Encore, so he cannot Encore me. Or I can switch into hands. I'm just gonna Moonblast. Yeah, I didn't want to overthink it. Just KO the Ogerpon. Moonblast. And Spacial Rend. Bye. Now he can definitely anchor me now into Spacial Rend, but I can also anchor you. I want to try. It's just thinking. So let's say I win the speed tie, right? Like, if I win the speed tie and Kyogre does not click Ice Beam to KO Whimsicott, next turn I can do the Fling trick. I cannot do the Fling trick now. Why? Because they could anchor me into Moonblast. And they could also Moonblast me. So I want to protect Encore. I'm going to try to Encore. You see a Terra. Is this Terra Water Kyogre? Why would you Terra? It is Terra Water Kyogre. Okay, well, I 4 times versus Water, so keep the Protect. Let's see if I win the speed tie. Apparently I did, unless he went for Moonblast. Now he's locked to Tailwind. And he went for Origin Pulse. Okay. So if this KOs Whimsicott, then that is a Choice Specs Kyogre. That almost KO'd Whimsicott. So that is a Choice Specs Kyogre, and unfortunately I couldn't get the Fling thing because now Whimsicott ate the berry. Of course. Well, let's do the thing. Let's lock into Tailwind. We get the Moonblast off. We don't get the crit, it's 50% chance. But But look at that Spacial Rend, bro. And now you miss. And last one of Tailwind. But Whimsicott still has the Encore. So I'm just going to Spacial Rend your Kyogre and click Tailwind again. We're locked into Tailwind. I don't know why you don't forfeit, my friend. Like, with all due respect, I don't know why you don't forfeit. But I can respect that. Because your Whimsicott is locked into Tailwind, your Kyogre is in front of a Pokemon that 4 times resists water. And I can just Anchor you again now. Anchor ended. Tailwind period out. So now I'm guaranteed to be faster. I can click Hydro Pump and Encore. Now you should forfeit, right? Yeah. That's why I said, like, I don't know why you don't forfeit. You are just gonna forfeit next turn anyways. There's nothing you can do, but yeah. That was a great battle. GG to our opponent. Kyogre is usually a good matchup for Palkia for obvious reasons, right? Like, you resist Water Spout, Origin Pulse. But this particular Kyogre team was kind of weird. Like, Cornerstone, like, technically, he also had, like, Chimpao. But, like, the Landers turn 1, like, he just let the Landers in front of a Palkia with Whimsicott. I can just Tailwind and, like, go for a Water move into the obvious ground type. So, I don't know. I don't know what he was expecting, trying to predict something, but GG to our opponent. Let's go into the next one. And we found another opponent. We're playing against Kernet with Whimsicott, Calyrex Shadow Rider, Indeedee, Gastrodon, Volcarona, and Shift 3. Okay, what is this? Why is a Shift 3 here? Why is a Shift 3 here? Maybe the Calyrex Shadow is Specs. There's an Indeedee. Maybe it's Life Orb. I think I have to go with Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu Palkia. Chi-Yu Cornerstone. Chi-Yu Palkia, I guess. And then, like, Cornerstone with... Oh, let's bring Whimsicott. Why not? I guess Hands could have also been okay, but, like, the fact that they have Expanding Force most likely with the Indeedee there. Like, Hands cannot touch the, what's it called? The Volcarona much. I imagine it's like a Rage Powder Volcarona. So let's see. Shift 3 Kali Shadow. I think Shift 3 gets Fake Out. This thing has an Indeedee, so I don't know. I'm gonna Snarl and Protect. Like, probably we're just gonna see Fake Out. What kind of Terra is this Calyrex? Please don't be like Terra Water or something. Or Terra Fighting. We're gonna see a Terra. Turn 1, Terra. Shadow Rider. It's Terra Fighting. Bye bye, Chi-Yu. We're gonna miss you. I imagine it has Terra Blast. They could to Palkia actually. Okay. That's something. It's -1. Asa Mirage. Okay, so no Terra Blast. I thought the moment I saw the Terra fighting, I was like, okay, bye Chiyu, you're gone. It's Life Orb Calyrex. I'm gonna Snarl again, and Shift 3 has access to Tailwind. Does he have access to Tailwind? I think it does. I think I'm just gonna Spacial Rend that thing. I know it gets Explosion. Okay, Protect here. So he's trying to go for Tailwind, I guess. But we should be fine with this Spacial Rend. Unless we miss. We haven't missed a single one yet. Not even in practice. I haven't missed a single one. This so far has felt like 100% accurate, which I appreciate. Okay, bye Shift 3. So now, what do you bring? Indeed? Whimsicott, Gastrodon, Volcarona, what's that? That's Volcarona. So I'm going to Snarl. And I'm going to Hydro Pump this. In case Volcarona has Rage Powder. Oh. Switching out into Gastrodon. Into Indeedee. Okay, okay. Psychic Seed Indeedee. Okay. Snarl. Connects on both. That's huge. But what can Volcarona even do here? Like maybe Struggle Ball? Palkia connects the Hydro Pump. Amazing. Tailwind. He went for Tailwind. Okay. Well, I have Trick Room for a reason. For situations like this. Literally for situations like this. Helping Hand. Helping Hand Heat Wave into a Dragon and Water type. 4 times resist and a Fire type like Chiyu. Okay. I think this is sweep. Trick Room. This is one of the reasons why you have Trick Room on a Palkia set like this. Because opponents are going to try to speed you with Tailwind, and then you can use the Trick Room to keep the speed on your side. Okay, so now I can Snarl and Protect. I want to Protect. The battle was cancelled, my friend. Oh, okay, okay. GG to Dernet. It was an interesting team for sure. Like having Shift 3 on a team with Fake Out. He tried to go for Fake Out. I don't know what he tried to do in the second turn. Maybe he did have Tailwind. Maybe he had Explosion. I don't know. I know Shift 3 is like a weird Pokemon to use. It has this like is like Wind Power or something. Like the ability that increases its attack and the Tailwind. The same one that has like the Bramble has. I don't think it's Wind Power. I think it's like something slightly different. Something like Wind Rider, I think. Yeah, I think it's Wind Rider. Wind Power is like Kilowattr's ability. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the team. I hope you enjoyed the video. I make this type of teams for you guys, for content, because I think it's always refreshing to see different restricteds in action with different compositions. And I really like Palkia. I think its design is like maybe a little bit weird, but like in terms of competitive use, if all these other powerhouses didn't exist, Palkia honestly had a chance. And if it had like a different water move that is not Hydro Pump, I think it had potential, like Water and Dragon, very good speed, very good special attack, and you know, very good like coverage options. Give this thing like Nasty Plot and it would be honestly a strong contender. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you on the next one. Bye bye.